Welcome back to Chasing the Dream on Alma, Missouri. I think we're on episode 70 now. I'm also hoping the mic works correctly this time when we go to actually process it on the YouTube side. Sounded great on DaVinci. Sounded great after looking through some other applications. For some reason, something with the encoder, YouTube processing, made it really pick up the noise gate that I had effective. So I'm hoping that doesn't follow up. We had to make some changes on my end where technically it's my mistake, but if y'all watch that episode and you hit the like button on it and still supported it, I really appreciate it. So thank you for doing that. If you just trashed it, said I'm not going to watch this, dislike button, should I know YouTube still has that, but if you did that, that's okay too, because yeah, that sucked that it did that, but I didn't really want to turn it into a time lapse because of some of the things discussed, even though gargled in there. Yeah, so we got alfalfa. We're in September now. We're in the second part of September, year 5, and we're gonna get this fired up here. And we're gonna turn this into alfalfa silage. So it's all probably get baled up and just thrown right into our little BGA. Looks like we're getting a mixture of stuff too. I wish there was a way to just detect alfalfa only or grass. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move it over a little bit and see if we can maybe get away from the grass mixture. I mean, technically it's all going into one space. I just prefer the bales to be silage, or one, I should say, it's all gonna be silage in the end, but prefer to be alfalfa. So we'll do this. We'll get this raked up into one, and then we will just bale it. Small fields. Our other field's getting close over there as well. Alfalfa hay price has not taken off like I thought it would, but someone did make the recommendation, which is why we're going to try this, is use this as another source for that fermenting station we have over there. So that's what we're going to actually do. And I know I'm leaving a little bit on the edges. I just don't want to keep mixing in grass cut on this, and there's going to be a big chunk right there as we swung it a little too far. But yeah, so that's what's going on here with the yard, the farm and such. We kind of cleaned up some of those other new fields we purchased in the southern part of the map. Near our beef farm operation. We have not been able to harvest the soybeans yet. Cotton, like I said, didn't come in the way they thought it would anyway, so we purchased land off the farmer at a discount and said we'll turn over the soil. We'll make it work. I'm going to cultivate all that in once we are done the soybean side of it, the one field we have remaining, and I think that should, you know, in turn, put us in a really good position. We got quite a bit of seed. I mean, I think we got like 100,000 liters of seed, which I don't think we need yet. But I think I'm going to keep making it because seed at some point will get up to like $1,000 for 1,000 liters, which is pretty good. We'll be sending that to Sedalia. Sorry for the stutter there. But yeah, that'll go to Sedalia because we're still technically not allowed to distribute fertilizer or seeds around this co-op that's in town. So we have to send it out to the neighboring town and they will sell it there. Or the neighboring county is what we're going to call Sedalia. But yeah, so it looks like a good amount. This field came in pretty good. Like I said, if you didn't notice, we extended it as far as the map's edge can go, with a little bit of breathing room, but it looks a lot cleaner. And you know, the goal here, like I said, is just, this will just be, I think, one of our alfalfa regrowths. That'll be the grass across the creek still, and we'll just keep pumping that fermentation station. I think we can fill up those harvest stores pretty quick each year with the amount we'll get off cover crops. That worked pretty well, and honestly the yields I'm seeing right now look pretty solid as well. So I think that's our method. We just have to kind of rotate what fields we're going to put corn in and what fields we're going to put soybean in. So that is the age-old mystery, one would say. Also, terribly missing lines. Luckily, I'm going to be breaking all this into windrows after, and then baling. So we might upgrade actually our mower as well. I was thinking about that, so we can have one that if we want to set it to just be in a windrow already, saves us the time of going on and windrowing. Kind of keeps it a little neater, less gets missed, so on and so forth. So just something I've got planned. You know, we keep making a mess of this turnaround. Let's back it up. Get a little squared up here, so we don't have to keep going up and down the extra rotations. Our fertilizer truck should be back as well. Kind of want to put some seeds down there at the rail storage as well. We got pretty good rates because we have been using it quite a bit, and they're appreciative of the business. Really keeps them, you know, going, knowing that they have a consistent business opportunity coming in. So something to think about. And trying to see what else we got planned. I mean, this month really not much other than the upkeep. We got some bulls. Actually, they're 15 months old, and I think that's roughly around the peak point. I mean, it could be 18 months. We could let them go 18 months and we could see, which I'm fine doing, because we got other bulls that have now been put into that lot. So a couple Holstein bulls now in there. So, but overall, we're seeing expansion. We're seeing growth. And honestly, I'm probably going to start throwing a few more calves in. Each time we sell some, you know, one of those cows priced alone can easily buy us a handful of calves. And, you know, if we can turn it around and, you know, one truckload turns into 40 calves. Or sorry, 100 calves for 40 cows, 36 cows. I think that's pretty solid. We'll fold all this up. And didn't mean to go to the cab there. Just this one always sits down. A little irritating that does that. Like I said, we'll rake. This episode's gonna be mostly just this little tedious stuff. Getting this field ready. Make sure I'm not gonna hit my own truck here, because he still is not back. Which could mean that he got hung up somewhere. So we'll have to go investigate that, because he should have actually been back by now. And I think I know where he probably got hung up with. I'm willing to bet it was the train. So this happens from time to time. I'm hoping he's not on the other side of the map. But we will have to go figure out shortly. And I just remembered the baler is at the other shit across the map. So that was an error on my part. But I wanted to really use our New Holland, you know, T6 175. I forget what it was on sale, but pretty decent little price. What it is, gives us something more than the Kubota, which can get thrown around a little bit by some of this equipment, for being honest. So there we go, and oop, that mean to hit the hitch. That was not good driving by me. I think what we'll do is we'll send this over. Get this started on the raking process. And I will go check on where our fertilizer truck is. That option, I don't think it would be over full, the storage station. I could be wrong. If it is, we might have to move product now, because we cannot afford to pay for another bin site down there. I mean, we could, but I don't want to waste that money. That makes sense. So let's try not to do that, you know? Okay. So let's go and find out where of this truck? Went. And I'm a little worried here because he's not here. Oh, wow. That is a first for that. And I know why now. So speaking of the train, so he changed his route based on the train being in the way, blocking it. But he actually should have. Try not to hit this guy. I need to turn that. We need to update some of our auto drive to the correct colors. Would be the better way for me to word that. That is a error on my part. Also very weird that I cannot see that vehicle there. So we'll go back in here now and kind of take a look. So we expanded here. I've thought about buying this large 34 because we can definitely tighten that up. Most of the money we have right now would go to that, which means no new harvester. This is another one, 760,000. I mean, in reality, that should be the field we probably should buy. Lot 16, which is field 17. That's just what I'm seeing. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about that. If that's where you would go with it. Kind of where I'm at with it. But I think that's the next field we purchase. The one right here to my left. And let's get stuff set up here. We want folding in the middle. Like so. I don't know why that was taking a while, but alright, let's get this actually situated where we need to be here. We want to clean this right up. We should be able to go up row, down row, up, down row, and so on and so forth. Shouldn't have to really do much of a headland with this. Have a couple rows that'll be tinier, but we'll just keep running off of the center mow row. Yeah, that should be sufficient for this. It won't blend in. A lot of the grass will be blended in, so it'll look like alfalfa. For the baler, which is perfect. Which I might have to send over the other tractor with. Just to knock that out. And like I said, we're gonna run it right out. And then I'll make my turn right on to the next one. Not really gonna worry about headlands now that we've kind of mowed it down. I mean, I guess could have split these, so maybe that's what we'll try on this next one. More filling row per se, but we're really not too far off from what it can reach, so I'm not too worried. Like right there, see if we can cross over a little bit, but I try to stay, see those last outer brackets, I try to stay within that for this merger. So we're just gonna stay with that because it does kind of line up with those merger points. Yeah, it's enough room for the baler to turn around. But looking like this field had a pretty decent yield. Our other alfalfa field will be ready next month with the beans and stuff. I think will be ready. I could be wrong. corn's going to be ready around the same time, I think, as well. So it'll be a bitty October. Early November is going to be busy for us here in Alma. Still haven't come up with a logo yet. Probably should do that, but this is the focal point right now. So I guess down here we can start crossing over a little bit because I tightened up some of those rows with our awkward mowing lanes. So we'll do that. We'll just run off the edge each time, and what it gets, it gets. What it doesn't, it doesn't. But I do a lot of this manually. Hopefully see our truck back soon. I think there's a lot more fertilizer in there to be collected. Could be wrong, but never know. Alright, so let's get this guy right to the edge of what he can really collect and merge. So right around there. Now, another question if you made it this far in the video. How often do you use New Holland? I know in FS19 I actually use New Holland a lot. Probably about the same amount I use Versatile. Those were the two big ones. Case is big. John Deere, just never really have done, but I am thinking about bringing another series to light to end out the Farming Simulator last 2 months. I think I get a good solid 10 episodes out of it, maybe more. But that's just something I'm thinking about. So we might mix up a John Deere in that one, and then I'm trying to think. You have Versatile and you have, I mean, there's other brands, but as far as like ones that can do it all, whether it be harvesting, you know, all the stuff around the yard. New Holland, John Deere, Case, and Versatile. Yeah, Versatile, I guess we have a harvester in there too. All come to mind. But yeah, just curious how often anybody plays with New Holland. I know Pleasant View Farms got into it for a while. I think Lego had a few as well. On his Alma save, definitely. I think he had a couple. Can't say I've really seen SimStation using them though. Now that I think about it, I think he might have used the old New Holland harvesters, but I don't think I've seen him use a lot of the little T-series. But correct me if I'm wrong. You can even link that. I don't know if you could actually link that video in the comments, but if you did, link it or tell me the name of it. Go back, give him some watch time if you can prove me wrong. But all jokes aside, yeah, that truck's headed back. We gotta load up some more fertilizer. They're probably close to 200,000 liters of fertilizer in that rail storage. And like I said, we'll just tidy up down here and be able to bale this, and we'll be pretty set, I think, for the remainder of the month. It's just the basic upkeep, the feedings, and as such. I should have actually merged this over to one side. Now we're gonna have to kind of run back down it and clean it up. But yeah, other than the feedings, maybe sell some stuff. I should do it. I think that field next month will be ready to be cut one last time. This one, we could actually get a November cut out of this, maybe. Don't quote me on that. No, alfalfa I think is 2 full cycles in between. I could be wrong. So we'll keep this going. Now we're gonna try to merge this with a little bit left over at the end. Make it just one windrow, which should do the job. Like I said, I'm hoping at the end of all this, the audio comes out good. It'd be very frustrating if it didn't. Finally took the time to set things up. And kind of working on making sure if the kid cries in the background, it's not covering all the audio. He likes to observe the farming life. So, there we go. We'll fold this up. We'll probably go grab the baler. And we'll get some bales off of that field for sure. Those are some pretty good sized windrows. Not like what we got from the cover crops, which still blows my mind how much that was. But yeah, we're in good shape. Definitely want to see the herds get a little bit larger. So we might be making some more purchasing there. The dairy side of it, I'll probably just let that continue to grow the way it's grown. We should actually have some coming up, I think. I'll have to look at it. But we should be pretty close to another set of calves. Now we just had a few. That's where we get some bulls from. Get this backed in here. Like so. We'll detach. Good. Power through some equipment. Let's shut this guy off. We're gonna use this. He's at 64 hours. Blows my mind. But I know he's also full on gas. Maintenance is pretty good. Get in here. Click this baler. There we go. Get the hitch. And I want to send him not to the animal dealer. We want to get rid of the default. We'll send him to the main barnyard. One of the things we'll do while he's doing that is do some feeding. So we'll probably keep this little guy over here for now. Might cut across the lawn. Don't tell the Mrs. Golden Spoon would not be happy. We'll get this backed up, hooked up. Now 2 minnow silos, we've been using that silage. So those 2 harvesters are out. So we'd have to go to the end once this one's out. Let's get rid of what's in here. And then we'll refill these troughs. By then, that other tractor should be to the main yard and we'll go bale. So it's showing 821 in here, which I still don't fully understand why. Because there is not, if we come back here, and that one's out of silage again. Distributing that down, that's being distributed. So build up the silage there again. Digestate, have plenty in there, they're working on that. That one's got 805, that one's got 980 yards. This one empty, this one is empty. This one's 655, but it's showing 841. Which makes me think it's pulling out of there now. 805, so I think that's what it's doing. It's somehow mixed those two up. Really not sure how that's going, but it is. We'll have to move some manure by the looks of it too. We put the pile in there. I think belt feeding it out is better than trying to go in there. We should be able to get the full cart here. We'll kind of let these guys go for a full day. So we'll see whether we can jump over and do the baling. And pretty much, you know, it's been a little while running this so far, so there we go. Shut it down. Let's run over. So it's weird that it's taking from that one. And come on. Let me get in the tractor here. So we'll just keep this guy going. Because we will end up... You can't even see the windrush there. I still need to change that setting. I know I said in the last episode that I was going to do that, and I did not. So we'll get this unfolded. Not much straw left in there, so it should switch over. And be good to go. And we're making alfalfa bales. So if we can get like half a truckload, I'll be pretty happy. Get those in there, get those processing in the fermenter. See how that turnaround goes. Just to get our digestate making back up, because I would like to spread some digestate on these grass fields and alfalfa fields. Kind of help them recoup a little quicker. Like I said, right now they're taking about 2 full months, if not a third, which is a little bit long. Not that I'm fully complaining, but I would like to, you know, a month and a half, be ready to go again. It'll be quite a turnaround for us, but we should get maybe 1 or 2 bales windrow. Maybe 3, I don't know. I think we can actually get 3 now. It seems to be kicking in high gear, these bales being produced. So, but yeah. So like I said, we'll get these loaded up into the fermenter over there and get that process going, and next time we come back we should be in a harvest state with at least soybeans, and once I get straightened up over here we'll take a look, but maybe even corn. I think corn we might actually be ahead of the soybeans. We might have staggered soybeans too, so I guess that is a valid point to look at. So those soybeans will not be ready. Those soybeans also will not be ready next month. So next month we will actually be harvesting corn. It looks like our new grass field is ready to harvest as well, which will be good. There'll be some more grass that we have. I think what I'm going to do, because the way I kind of ran some of these off at the end, we're going to skip a row. But we're starting to turn out the bales now, which is quite nice. We'll get half a truck, I think. It'll do a good amount of work for us in the fermenter, which is good. Like I said, I plan on just keeping this alfalfa. Just kind of a small patch, or if we wanted to test the crop we could do it like sunflowers. We really haven't done much of. We did peas. They really just don't pay out long in the end. Having, you know, some kind of grain crop is nice too, just because we can turn it into seeds now with our little seed processor. And there is some money to be made there as well, so we're kind of getting to that point now where everything's really just running. You know, I just want to keep purchasing plots of land and kind of want to own all of Alma in the end if we can. Kind of where my goal is. And then if we were to sell it all, I think we'd have enough to start our own Formula 1 racing team. I think right now with the assets we have, we could probably definitely do that already. But I think why not try to own the map first? You know, get it back at like 5 million in the bank after owning the map first, then sell it all. Because in the end, you gotta risk it for the dream sometime, you know? But with that said, I'm going to call this an episode, I think. I appreciate all the support from every one of you. The feedback is always great. You know, keep putting those comments in. That helps. The like button definitely helps. It costs you nothing to click it, so go ahead, smash that like button if you watched it to this point of the video, clearly like something about it. I think it's worth the free like. But with that said, till next time, Farmer Taz out.